Hello everyone, and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hey everyone.
We are back with part 2 of our Dragon Warrior, also known as Dragon Quest, Let's Play.
There we are. Before reaching thy next level of experience, thou must gain 23 points. See me again when thy level has increased. Goodbye now, Axel, and take care, and tempt not the fates. Alright, so we're at level 3, and we got how much money? 13 gold. Of course there's no one there. Take the stairs.
So, I almost kind of wonder if the Mother games were inspired by Dragon Quest, because the whole menu system is really similar.
Oh yeah. Just dawned on me that I should see if I've got magic spell. Oh.
Oh, we have heal. That's nice.
Yes. Whoops. I shouldn't have wasted that.
Oh no. Well, I'm gonna have my snack, so forgive the noise.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it on here, guys, but I did get the job that involves teaching the kids. That involves,
Cool.
well,
Well,
yeah, working with autistic kids
gotcha.
and helping them. So I did get that job. Last week was my first week, so it was mostly online training and a little bit of shadowing other employees. And got CPR certification, so that was cool. They didn't make us breathe into the dummies, which was also nice.
That's a relief.
Yeah. Because that's a good way to get sick.
Ah, good. We defeated a tougher bad guy.
Yay! But yeah, even when we were playing part 1, it really hit me just how much the Mother games look like this. They're just kind of a sci-fi genre of this type of menu.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. So I found that very interesting.
Probably don't want to go into that desert yet.
Right. Did you do a little more research so you know where you have to go?
I did. And,
Oh, cool.
I know one of the first caves that we can explore is up this way.
Oh, cool.
And I also learned from my research that one castle surrounded by dark ground at the beginning of the game is where the final area is, so in a way
Oh.
they're showing you where the final boss is, but you can't get there yet.
Yeah. This is what you have to work towards.
Yep,
But you can't go yet.
correct. You gotta grind it a hell of a lot, and then you got to build up your strength.
Mm-hmm.
And get better weapons, which I was relieved to learn when you buy a new weapon, it auto-equips.
Nice. Yes, I remember that from last time.
Yep,
Which is nice.
it is nice. So, definitely I'm going to be saving up to buy one of those swords. We're definitely going to be using that magical spell. Crud!
Oh. Yeah, you guys might be seeing a lot of this until we get stronger.
Yeah. Oh wow, the coastline went red too.
Wow, yes it did.
Okay, spell, heal. Alright, so that gave it boosted us up to 21.
I'm gonna look out of curiosity to see if Earthbound came out first or if Dragon Quest came out first.
That's a cool idea. Ah, there it is.
Or rather, Mother. Because obviously Earthbound is what they called Mother 2.
That's right. Still a bit miffed that they did that, honestly.
Yeah. 1989. Okay.
Okay.
Is that the Japanese one?
This is where we're
Yeah,
going
I
to use
guess
our
so.
torch.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Yep. It's not the biggest draw, but we can at least get somewhere.
Alright, now Dragon Quest. When did that come out? 86, so yeah. This predates Mother.
And it also predates Final Fantasy 1.
Ha! No, I'm sorry. Yes. It does.
Yep.
Enix did it first.
Yep. So
Doesn't really get credit for it, though, does it? Oh well.
I feel it doesn't get that credit here in America or
Right.
in parts of Europe, but I feel in my heart in Japan, Enix gets the credit, hands down, and since
Yeah, and hold on. 86 is the same year Dragon Ball came out.
you're right.
Yeah.
So this came out the same year the world was introduced to Son Goku, Bulma, and the Dragon Balls.
Yep. So yeah, definitely a big, a good decision marketing-wise to get Toriyama to do the artwork.
Yes, so that was a smart choice on Enix, and that put Enix, that might have actually helped Enix become seen as the guy in Japan. Because some might have pointed the finger and was like, oh, Square's just copycatting, but we're trying something different with a similar idea.
Which, yeah, to be fair, I mean, Final Fantasy is its own unique RPG style that would kind of become the quintessential style that people would go to for 2D RPGs. For the most part, I mean, there are some that they do a slightly different style, but
Yeah. Axel searched the ground all about. There is a treasure box.
this is why this game was nearly impossible to play in Japanese.
Right.
We tried. I have a copy. I don't remember if it's the original one or if it's 2, but
Fortune smiles upon thee, Axel. Thou hast found the tablet. The tablet reads as follows. I am Erdrick, and thou art my descendant. 3 items were needed to reach the Isle of Dragons, which is south of Berkamneri. I gathered these items, reached the island, and there defeated the creature of great evil. Now I have entrusted the 3 items to 3 worthy keepers. Their descendants will protect the leads thee to seek them out. When a new evil arises, find the 3 items, then fight. Interesting.
oh boy.
Oh boy.
I'm like, just for the heck of it, I'm gonna look up the Dragon Quest timeline. I regret.
Uh-oh.
It looks complicated.
Is it like intertwining and braided?
There are alternate timelines. This it would almost give Hyrule Historia a run for its money. Now, look at this.
Holy!
Because I don't know if this is official. It might not be. Let me see. But considering there are multiple pictures, well, here's a. Because I'm sure there's an official timeline, so that one might not be the official one. Because it includes the spin-offs. Oh, that's a family tree. Yeah. Because I was pretty sure that Dragon Quest actually did have multiple generations. Like, I am pretty sure that was a thing they did. I think this here is the official one. Okay. I don't know. I'll have to look at it when I am up to it, because sometimes my brain is like, psh.
I hear ya.
But I can confirm that the first game is not chronologically the first game, which is what I feared would be the case.
So, who has that honor?
It looks like 11. Did they do this crap all the time, don't they? Or wait, hold on.
Whoops.
Where is the first? Oh, okay. But it's got different universes.
Scorpion!
Oh, a scorpion.
Run!
Wait. Why is... Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look at this another time, because it's not making sense to me. Dragon Quest 9 is the first one, but then, like, on a alternate timeline, there's this side story to Dragon Quest 9 that they're like, this takes place down here, and I'm like, what? Why is Dragon Quest 9 on here twice? Because of some side story DLC?
I don't know.
Wait. Does that mean it's actually Enix's fault that Kingdom Hearts has such a screwed up timeline?
Oh no.
Because Kingdom Hearts is a Square Enix game. Oh. Although honestly...
Oh crap.
I know I just watched some fan's interpretation of it. Some fan
Thou
all...
art dead.
Thou art dead.
Death should not have taken thee, Axel. I will give thee another chance. To reach the level of experience increase, you must increase by 7. Now go, Axel. Thanks, King. Now I feel bad.
You should not have died. Okay.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
And we thought Bulma was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we're like in the latter half of the Frieza saga now.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just the Namek saga and, you know, even into the Frieza saga, Bulma's just at her worst. Like,
Yep.
I arguably feel like she acts less mature than her at a literal teenager. You know, in Dragon Ball, she was... At the beginning of Dragon Ball, she was 16. And she did some immature stuff. But, like, she at least had confidence and, like, you know, an adventurous spirit. And she could fend for herself. And she wasn't, like, she wasn't useless, you know?
Right.
And I feel like during the Namek saga, she spends most of it just whining about being on the planet and not being in her cushy home with a shower and, good food to eat and, scared of being by herself and not being, not really being able to fend for herself or anything. And I'm like, when you were 16, you carried around a gun.
Yeah.
What happened to that, Bulma?
Bulma was tough, and as bad as she could be, she was cool, arguably, in
Yes.
DB, but...
Yeah, and any of her, immature moments, you're like, well, she's a teenager.
Yeah.
Now she's in the episodes we're watching, she's roughly 28, 29.
Right. How many teenage boys or girls know how to make the most responsible choices in life evaluations? But when you're 27, 8, 9 years old in your 20s, you should kind of know better, especially when you're pushing 30.
Yeah. Late 20s.
Good.
And, some of it I could understand, but also the other fact, the moment they left, she was, constantly yelling at Gohan and Krillin, the entire time. And, even now, when the planet's getting destroyed and Gohan comes and saves her, she's still, giving him a hard time. And I'm like, why do you have to be so ungrateful? Gohan could have just left you there to die.
Yeah.
But I'm like...
Bulma's a sweet and good person that he went the extra mile to...
Yeah. The only not useless thing she did was at the very beginning, and that was, steer the ship to get to Namek. That was it. And, she got one of the Dragon Balls in one episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I know the next arc is a filler arc, and she's a little bit better in that one, but not much. But that's not really her fault. I don't know. I know you could argue, well, she was mourning too, because Yamcha had died. So I guess she was mourning as well, but still, she could have had more tender moments than she did.
She could have.
Yeah.
It begs the question, what happened? Why did her character regress so much?
Yeah, I feel like, sadly, with the transition from Dragon Ball to the events that we would later refer to as the Dragon Ball Z events, even though in the manga they were both Dragon Ball originally. I think the characters who were not fighters, and also were specifically not the main fighters, really suffered in terms of how they were written and how they were handled. We had a lot of characters that were just delegated to the background. Characters that were originally considered stronger were all of a sudden not considered strong, or just never reused abilities they formerly had. So they basically seemed powerless, because they weren't a Saiyan like Goku or Vegeta, or they weren't super strong like Krillin. So even some of the other strong characters like Tien and Chaozu, there were abilities that they could do before that they just weren't doing anymore.
Yeah.
Puar is completely a background character. Yamcha is next to useless, even though he was not that way in Dragon Ball.
That hurts me the most.
Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like And, you know, I have not really read the manga, so I don't know for sure if the manga balanced this better, but I'm going to take an educated guess and say it didn't.
It makes one wonder if what they should have done was just written them out of the story and let them have their happy moment and ride off to the sunset, that they were done with that character as opposed to just...
Yeah, it's kind of like he still wanted to keep the characters around, but didn't know what to do with them in the new setting.
Yeah.
And I feel like, unfortunately, Bulma just became only the smart one. And we've seen this before, guys. We've seen a character just devolve into being the smart one, and that's all. Yay, we did it.
I defeated a ghost and got a lot more experience and a lot more money.
But I think this was fixed a little bit in the later sagas, but just at the point we're at, that, you know, oh, she did the thing, the useful thing by creating, or by steering the ship, and now she's, like, useless. You know? I'm like, she probably still knows how to use a gun. Why didn't she bring one with her to Namek?
She should have.
Yeah.
She should have been her cool
Yeah.
self, like younger self. Like
Yeah.
she may be older, but she's still got it. As opposed to,
Yeah.
they kind of turned her into a smart damsel in distress,
Yes.
which
Was
that
really
role-
painful to watch.
it is. I honestly don't feel that's a good role for Bulma.
Even Chi-Chi's being treated better at this point, because she's at least, like, even though they put her into the mama bear stereotype,
Yeah.
at least she's like, I'm gonna go in there and I don't care how strong this Frieza is, I'm gonna save my boy.
Right. Because, yeah, she has a valid point.
Yeah.
She's a mother, and her son is in a dangerous position, so of course she wants to protect her child.
Yeah.
Especially if the events during the Saiyan saga, yeah, I can fully justify Chi-Chi getting a gun and wanting to kill Frieza.
Yeah. But sadly, much later, I do feel like, and this is much more gradual for Bulma than it is for Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi basically just becomes the nagging mother, nagging wife.
Right.
And Bulma gradually becomes that.
Yes.
And it's just really sad. And I'm just hoping so much that when we do get up to GT, I'm hoping that they give her more to do than just be a nagging wife.
Same here.
Oh, that'd be so sad.
It would be depressing.
Yeah.
But hey, with this new magic I've got, I can kill the ghosts.
Yay. They're kind of cute ghosts.
They are
I feel-
cute.
I feel kind of bad for them. They have the
I
cute
know.
little hats.
I know, I love that.
They kind of remind me of, you remember the ghost that's there with Baba?
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah, those guys remind me of him. Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't remember his name or if he even had a name.
He probably did, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't either. He doesn't appear much.
Definitely.
But yeah, we've been at least enjoying watching Dragon Ball Z in Japanese, and
Yes.
it's been very interesting for Connor, who watched a lot of these episodes in English, like a lot of American fans. You know, since I didn't enjoy it as a child, most of my viewing was Japanese version for the first time, you know, so my position is kind of unique, as I saw a good portion of the episodes in Japanese as my first experience. So it's kind of interesting and sad to hear what the English dub changed stuff to be.
Yeah. And to be fair, I think they have also changed some of the English dubs too. Like, I don't know if the English dub on these discs is the same English dub that aired on Toonami back in 99, 2000.
I don't know. We'd have to check it.
We would.
But, which I guess we could at some point. But, and it's a shame some of what they changed, because some of the Japanese jokes do legitimately still work in English.
Yep.
So, like, I understand changing the jokes if, like, King Kai's thing is puns. So I do get it that some of the puns are just not going to translate well into English. So of course you're going to make equivalents that make more sense in English. But my problem is a lot of the changes. I don't know about the Funimation dub. I think at this point, or was this the Funimation dub? I don't know. But one of the English dubs I saw with, like, the King Kai jokes, they weren't even puns. They were just stupid jokes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess you could argue what they had Tien say was a bit of a pun, but the other jokes that they featured were not puns, and I'm like,
Right.
but that's King Kai's thing, and I'm like, play on words type puns. And I'm like, we have plenty of those in English, so I was a little bit disappointed, that only one of the jokes that they changed it to was actually a pun. And I'm like, especially because the joke that Tien said, the English translation given for that works as a pun in English. It makes exactly the same sense in English. It is still a pun. It's still a play on words in English. So I'm like, and the only thing I could figure is that they they're like, oh, that's gross humor. But I'm like, you would probably hear stuff like that in, like, Ren and Stimpy or Cow and Chicken. And I'm like, that stuff aired on TV. Why can't we have a gross joke in Dragon Ball Z? I don't get it.
Yeah. I just have to remind myself how Cartoon Network handled Bacterian.
Yeah, which Bacterian, I don't know if he appears in Z, so I'll just say he's a character in Dragon Ball in the fighting tournament who, as his name would suggest, he's very gross. And one of his things is to fart on competitors. So, but apparently, according to Connor, because I haven't seen any cut episodes of Dragon Ball, any edited episodes, he said that they, on the Cartoon Network airing, they, like, cut away when the fart happened.
Yes.
And you just kind of saw Krillin, like, out cold.
Yeah. As I remember it, Krillin was on the ring. Down on the ring, Bacterian tries to sit on him, and he holds him up by the rear, and Bacterian's like, have a taste of this. And then it cuts to Krillin with his arms sprayed out for no reason.
Yeah, and unfortunately those types of edits leave it up to your imagination, and for all they know, some of the fans could have assumed even worse.
Yeah.
So, I'm like, to me there's no point of cutting it, especially since fart jokes were, like, such a big thing in Western cartoons.
Yeah.
So it made no sense to me. Why would we cut stuff that we allow in our cartoons?
Correct. You got plenty of that stuff on any standard Nickelodeon or Disney Channel show at that time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so it
more
just,
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, so it just didn't make much sense to me to, like, cut that.
Yeah, it doesn't.
But oh well, what you gonna do?
Yeah, when they censor you.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay, that was good.
Thanks.
So we are actually out of time.
Gotcha.
So we might as well save
Yeah. Yes, we shall.
after you're done shopping.
Ooh, 180.
Like, oh, well, maybe we'll shop next time.
Yeah, we'll shop next time when we're a little more richer, because we've got how much gold?
It's to come back when you're richer.
Yeah, we got 74 gold, and we need 180 to buy the sword, so
Yeah.
we're almost 110 away, so I think we're almost ready, and I hope we're near a new level, so I'm going to chat with the king, our boss. I am greatly pleased that thou art... I want to close your eyes.
Yeah.
Hast returned, Axel.
It got bright.
But before reaching thy next level of experience, thou must gain 25 more points. Will thou tell me of thy deeds so they won't be forgotten? Yes, your highness. Thy deeds have been recorded into the Imperial Scrolls of Honor. Dost thou wish to continue thy quest? No, your highness. Rest then for a while.
Alright, guys, we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye, everyone.